Alexander the Great vs. King Arthur. Fate Zero is an anime in which famous kings of the past are reincarnated as heroic spirits to win the Holy Grail war for their masters. Two of the greatest kings in history, King Arthur, whose name in the show is Arturia Pendragon, is reincarnated as Kuritsugu Emiya's servant called Saber. On the other hand, Alexander the Great is reincarnated as a heroic servant of the rider class to a young teenage boy named Waver Velvet. Fate Zero shows the varying philosophies of these kings and how they ruled their kingdoms in their lifetime. Arturia aka King Arthur believed in equity and justice and leading by example for her subjects from the front. She believed that it is the king's responsibility to take on the burden of their subjects and lead them in an exemplary manner. In contrast, Alexander the Great believed that the subjects are supposed to follow the ambitions and dreams of their leader. This is why everyone in Alexander's vast army was willing to give it their all for the goals and ambitions of their king. Ryder aka Alexander the Great sees a flaw in Arturia's ideals and says that her philosophy on kingship doesn't make him recognize her as a true king. Gilgamesh, who is known as the king of heroes in the show and perhaps a more vile and evil person, is respected by Alexander as his ideals seem to make much more sense than Arturia's. The show shows that King Arthur's reign ended in a catastrophe and she looks to overdo her mistakes of the past. On the other side, Alexander has no regrets in his life as a ruler. Alexander the Great and Gilgamesh had a more pragmatic sense to govern their subjects and seemed to be successful in that role. The show at the end shows that though Arturia's philosophy was flawed but noble, as even her subject Lancelot aka Berserker acknowledged her as the greatest ruler. Please tell us in the comments who you think had the right ideology of a true king.